y'all. Welcome to Ball Talk. My name's Dan Graham. I'm going to be your host this week and every week. We're just looking forward to getting some good old football talking in. And I'm going to let you know a little bit about myself. I am from Green Tree, Alabama. I graduated from Green Tree Consolidated High School in Green Tree County. Home of the Pelicans. Go Pelicans! And even though I never actually played ball, I was on the bench every practice and every game. You see, I figured out early on, if I went there before they did and I started doing my homework on the bench, they couldn't legally make me move. So that just put me on the sidelines for everything. I was in on all the action. That's right. But you know, every year I went out, we had 23 players go out every year. And I never quite made it. You know, they chose 22 and that was it. But you know, in their defense, Tammy Applebaum's power chair did have the big old mud gripper tires on it. So it made it where she could get about the extra 10 yards if nobody got real heavy on her. If her battery was low, she wasn't worth nothing. But they plugged her in when she got to the sidelines and all went pretty good. Tammy was a beast. But anyway, my senior year, I finally got to be part of the team. My coach came to me and said, "You ain't doing your homework. You're going to have to leave unless I give you a job." I said, "Well, Coach, give me a job. I want one." And he said, "All right." And he made me the hydration superintendent of athletics for the Green Tree Consolidated High School Pelicans, a job which I proudly hold to this day. That's sure I have to pay my way into all the games. I have to find my own ride to the games. But that's all right, because it's all for the kids. You know, it's all for the kids. You know, I hate every yahoo with a ladle nowadays just calls himself a water boy and just messes up the whole thing. You know, you can't just be a water boy. You got to be a hydration specialist. I took classes. I went down to Delta and mowing, and I learned the right way to turn them faucets to get that water just that perfect little bit cold. And my boys appreciated it. They said, "Coach Dan." Well, they don't call me Coach Dan. They call me, "Hey, water boy." But they say, "Coach Dan, this is the best water I've ever had." I feel like I could get another 15, 16 yards out of this one drink of water. Even if I ain't got the ball, I can get that. You know, I'm a die-hard football fan. You know, I got my autographed ball here. This is my prized possession. It's autographed by Rudy. It's autographed by, let me see here who else. Bobby Boucher got me. Let me see who else done got me here. I got Paul Crew. Yeah, y'all know him. He's that prison guy. And I got Shane Falco. He was just a replacement quarterback, but he was awesome. And of course, the legend Al Bundy. 4 touchdowns in one high school game. You know, and I got Mean Joe Epstein too. He was a pretty rough character. Now he never made the big time because he went to prison. But that's all right. You know, he's paying his debt. He was a good kid. He's paying his debt. He got caught trying to sell some bootleg deer hunting DVDs. But you know, he's paying his debt. He's a good kid. He's going to be just fine when he gets out in 27, 28 years, somewhere along in there. 'Cause apparently they're real strict on some copyright laws in Alabama. But that's just the way that goes. So we're going to do a lot of cool things today. We're going to have my predictions on college football. We're going to do the weekend college football recap. You're going to get a little bit of wisdom from me. You're going to get some knowledge too. I'm going to give y'all one of my super secret plays. Because what my main goal is to get enough interest here, I'm going to get up a Pee Wee League football team, you know, for the kids. You know, it's all going to be for the kids, you know. And the name of it is, I'm going to name it after my business. It's going to be Graham's Power Washing, Landscaping, and Vinyl Siding, and Artificial Bait Supply Giants. That's right. Now, if you want to sponsor this team, you can call it whatever you want to. Now, that's going to be the name of it, but you can call it whatever you want to. So without any further ado, we're going to go ahead, get this show on the road. Y'all sit back, get your big old thing of popcorn and Coca-Cola, and enjoy. Welcome to This Week in College Football with Dan Graham. I'm going to go over a little bit of a recap on the games this week, tell y'all who won. So sit back and enjoy This Week in College Football. with Dan Graham. First game we got is Alabama versus Tennessee. Now I'm going to tell you who won that game. The Dogs won. Dogs should have won. Dogs beat them both any time. And you got LSU at Clemson. Of course, you know who won that one. Dogs. They wasn't even there and they beat them. 87-0. And you got Texas A&M at Oklahoma. Oh boy, now that right there was a contest. I mean to tell you, it was an ugly woman contest, but it was a contest. But I'm going to tell you who won. It was the Dogs. Then we got Florida versus Kentucky. They wasn't a uncolored coloring book in the stands nowhere. None of them was in the lines. But you know who won that one? That's right, you guessed it. It was the Dogs. Yeah, Dogs always going to win. Y'all ain't figured that out yet. Then you got Georgia Tech versus Bubba's Barber College. Now, of course, Bubba's Barber College might have won that one had the Dogs not showed up to kill Tech. But you never know. Then you got Georgia Southern played Girl Scout Troop 129. That was a rough matchup for Georgia Southern. You know, they were just outmatched. Them girls was twice as big as any of them players. Then they had the whole stands on their side selling them cookies at a discount. You know, I think the NCAA is checking into that one, but that's all right because it happens. Well, Dogs won that one too. But unfortunately in that one, our kicker got injured for about 4 games because he kicked the ball so hard that it went on straight around the world and come back through the other team's goalpost, give him 3 points, and they hit him in the back of the head, give him a concussion for about 3 games. So he's going to be out for a little while. But everybody, that there is Coach's College Recap for this week. Of course, once again, Alabama, Tennessee, Dogs. LSU and Clemson, Dogs. Texas A&M and Oklahoma, Dogs. Florida and Kentucky, Dogs. Georgia Tech and Bubba's Barber College, Dogs. Georgia Southern at Girl Scout Troop 129, the Dogs. Go Dogs! All right, y'all. It's time for pro tips from the coach. This is the part where I give y'all my special professional football strategies. Y'all pay close attention. I'm going to show y'all some things that you just don't see anywhere else. Now, first off, this next play I'm going to show y'all, it is the bread and butter, so to speak, of my football career. It is top secret. Don't y'all show nobody. It's called the Butter Bowl offense. Now, what you do, you see, you got your quarterback there in the middle. He's that circle. Now, you get you all your other 10 players, and you just put them around him like he's in a butter bowl. You know, the quarterback's short when everybody else taller than him. So that way can't nobody get to him. All the tall boys on the outside, they ain't nobody getting through them. Not these little pee-wee fellers. But it's got a couple of drawbacks to it. Now, one, if all 10 fellers is around him, I done figured out you ain't really got nobody left to throw to. And that kind of makes it a little rough on the kids. But that's all right because we got it going on. We figured it out. We put 9 around him. And we got little Billy to run on out there. And he does pretty good if he could catch the ball. And the bad part about him catching the ball is the quarterback's a little bit too short. He can't throw over the 9 people around him. So, you know, it's got its drawbacks, but if you can get it to work, it can't nobody beat it. You score a touchdown every time with it. So y'all remember, that's the Butter Bowl offense. That there's this week's pro tip from the coach. Go Dogs! Now it's time for inspirations from the coach. Just a little segment to get your hearts all full for football, make you happy that you can play the greatest game in the world, and just give you a little bit of my wisdom as I've sat and watched this game over the years. Now it's time for inspirations from the coach. All right, my inspirational quote this week is, boys, always remember, football is 80% mental and 40% physical. Now, I tell you, what that means to me is you ain't got to be the biggest fella in the team, and you ain't got to be the smartest fella in the team. As long as there's somebody that's smaller and dumber than you, you might make the team. Unless, of course, she's got a power chair with brand new mud gripper tires on her. But other than that, y'all boys give it all you got. Go Dogs! All right, everybody. Now it's time for Coach's predictions of the week. First off, we're going to have Carolina and Clemson. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure Dogs going to win. And I am sure. By 87.5 points. Next, we got Georgia at Texas A&M. Of course, Dogs going to win that one. They ain't made enough numbers high enough to gauge how bad they're going to win yet. You got Florida and Florida State. Georgia's going to win. The Dogs has got it. That's all there is to it. And you got Tennessee at Alabama. Ain't a tooth in the place except for the Dogs, and the Dogs is going to win. And you got Georgia Tech at Girl Scout Troop 129. Now, I don't know if y'all remember, Girl Scout Troop 129 stomped Georgia Southern last week, but this week the Dogs is going to stomp them both. Of course, this week you got Georgia Southern at Bubba's Barber College. Now, Bubba's Barber College is a formidable opponent, especially for Georgia Southern, as Tech found out last week. But this week, Dogs going to win the score, 783 to -8. That's this week in college football. That's my predictions. Y'all can bank on it, boys. Coach out. All right, y'all. It's about time for this game to close out. We're going to have to get on out of here tonight. That way we can get on the road, go on ahead and get the Dogs beating everybody. But I'm Coach Dan Graham of Graham's Power Washing, Vinyl Siding, Landscaping, and Artificial Bait Supply. Y'all come on down and see me at my stores. And go on ahead and donate so we can get this here Pee Wee football team done. You know, because it's all for the kids. You know, it's not for my glory. It's for the kids' glory. You know, we want to teach them a little bit about football and all, and about life, and about getting donations for a football team. But first things first, we just got to love football. So till next time, I am Coach Dan Graham, and this has been Ball Talk. Go Dogs!